Lately, I've been seeing some environmentalists arguing that food miles do not really matter and are not a consideration when it comes to the sustainability of food. They say it's about what you eat, not where it comes from. This is a complete lie. Firstly, most of the emissions from global trade are not accounted by any country. They don't even mention them in the COP climate negotiations, so who's to say they're being counted at all? Secondly, the emissions from all of those massive ocean liners you see crossing the oceans filled with grain and cooking oils and agricultural chemicals and the like, those ships are running on something called heavy fuel oil, and burning it is particularly heinous. It creates more emissions than burning normal oil. 3% of all global emissions come from those ships. Sometimes they even argue that most of the emissions from food miles come from trucks, and that's somehow not global. But think about it, mega highways cross continents, and so global trade absolutely can and does take place through trucks, and yeah, it is an issue. Finally, and probably most importantly, is the fact that long distance trade actually determines what kind of production you have on the land. When a farmer is producing for a global market, they're forced to specialize in producing a narrow range of uniform commodities that can be exported. Monocultures, factory farms, all of that is linked to export, and those are the most damaging forms of production. The people who don't think food miles matter just haven't thought of this. They really are not seeing it holistically or systemically. They say, oh, it's all about how food is produced, without realizing that how food is produced is determined by what market it's linked to. If you localize production, you're building a market that asks for diversity. And that's crucial because diversity is the key to all regenerative agriculture. So for those who are saying food miles don't matter, you need to think deeper and more systemically about what global versus local really means.